pressure washing? Well, yes, you can, and I will tell you about it. But before I get there, I want to tell you about how awesome we had our in-person training this weekend down here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and it was amazing. We had 16 guys come learn about pressure washing and Christmas lights, and it was a lot of fun. We got to have lunch together, we got to have dinner together, and it was a great time connecting with my subscribers. It was a great time learning and teaching everybody some stuff that they definitely didn't know. And so they all got the hands on, and that is why I love to teach the way I teach it. Um, so, what up, everyone? We had, like I say, we had 13 for pressure washing. We had 9 for Christmas lights, and I love the small classes. In fact, I'm probably gonna, if it's definitely just me, I'm gonna limit it just to 10 people, because even with 13 was a lot of people, and everybody did get to do the hands-on, but I want to make sure that everybody gets their hands-on, touching it, using it, making sure you understand it, and that is the goal. So my next class will be in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and that is in a couple weeks. So if you want to go check that out, you can go pressurewashhelp.com/in-person training. And yes, I am tired. This was a 3-day class. Friday was all about pressure washing. Saturday was all about marketing and all about safety. And today was Christmas lights. And yes, it does wear me out. But let's get started on here. Yes, you can do $500 a day. When are you breaking into the West Coast? I don't know. So this is some things that I want to really push. I know $500 a day isn't a lot for some, but $500 a day for others is a lot. And, you know, I know some people haven't hit that $500 mark yet, and that is definitely. Jason, did you get my permission from the gatekeeper to do that? Keep doing that thing, bro. So this is definitely something that you can do it. You know, we met some really great guys down there, and, you know, a lot of them were able to learn and get their hands on it, and, you know, just learn technique. You know, it's funny to watch people pressure wash that, you know, and the thing that I love about this is most of the guys there are older, trying to figure out how to get out of their 9 to 5. Most of them have a job, or, you know, they're doing something, and they just don't want like doing what they're doing anymore. And we have people from we had 3 people under 30, and everybody else was over 30 and 40. We had 3 people over 50, and so you're never too young to get started. You're never too young to get started. You know, KFC didn't start till he was 65 years old, and you can do it. Now, are you going to be able to do things that the younger generation are going to be able to do? Yes, you can. You're just going to struggle more. And so, because you may not know everything about the marketing side or the internet stuff, but you may know stuff about other things of mechanical, and, you know, the mechanical side. You may know things of anything like that. And so if we can do that $500 a day, you know, how much do you think that can be? Jason taught me all the skills to succeed in my business. And so, you know, pressure washing is definitely something that is not rocket science. It's definitely not, nothing new. It's been out and been around for a while, but these are the things that I love to teach you with. So how do we get to that $500 a day? What do we need to do to be able to get there? Well, first thing we got to do is take action. It don't matter what we got to do. We have to take action. So first thing, obviously we got to figure out our Google My Business. We got to do things to get that up there. We got to do our Facebook groups. We got to do different things to try to get that. You got to go and get your yard signs out. If you haven't gotten your yard signs, you got to get those yard signs out because of it. I tripled my prices and got more jobs because of him, and that and that is an amazing thing, because you know what I've really found out, the more that I do this and the more I hear people talk about stuff, and it's not even just in the pressure washing world, it's in every world of marketing and stuff, of the whole thing of when people raise their prices, you will get more work. And you would think that's not the case. Oh, but that is the case, and that is pretty cool how that works. So that is what we got to do to be able to grow our business and be successful by doing that. So this is what we have to do. You all better listen to J.G. He's a wealth of knowledge and salt of the earth. And so this is the thing that we have to do to be able to grow our business. And it doesn't matter if we're in pressure washing, landscaping, it doesn't matter. We have to take action. And if we're not willing to take action, somebody else is going to take action. So the things that we need to do is first off, set goals. If you haven't hit $500 a day, set a goal to do it, and then we can figure out how to get there. The biggest thing how we get to $500 a day is doing packages. One of the guys in my class hadn't did any his average ticket is $300, and that is not okay at the end of the day. We need to make sure that we are raising our prices so that way we can get to the next level. And when we start raising our prices and we start getting more money coming in because of that, what that allows us to do is that allows us to put more money in marketing. It allows us to put more money into our equipment so we can do it faster. It allows us to do a lot of things so that way we can make sure that we're growing a business and not just a hobby. And you might think, well, $500 a day, is that a lot? Well, let's think about that. If we take $500 a day and times that by 5 is $2,500 a week. $2,500 a week is times 4 is $10,000 a month. If we can do that 8 months out of the year, that's $80,000. And so you might say, well, yeah, Jason, that's $80,000, but because we always got to come up with the buts, because we can't just ever make things happen. So let's just say 80,000. So let's just say we spent $8,000, 10% in marketing. Okay, so now we're at 72. And with a little bit of equipment and gas, we'll give you another 10, 12. So that means you made $60,000. With a $60,000 job, working, you could do that pretty less than 2 jobs a day to get to that 500. And so those are the things that we have to do to be able to do that. Now, when we're shooting for $30,000 a month, we just got to keep pushing. We got to keep turning rocks over. We got to keep flipping them. We can't give up on just, what do we do? I didn't hit it today. Well, you never know. You might hit a $45,000 a month to help you there. You get a big old paver sealing job, or you get some big job like that helps push that market up and helps push that number up there. And so that's what the goal is what do we got to do to get our average ticket up? What do we got to do to find those jobs that pay well? Al hit a big commercial job, and he started out washing the dude's house. The dude talked to the house and ended up getting a $13,000 pressure washing job, or it was $11,000 pressure job, and that is the beautiful thing about it. And yes, the snow is melting. Our first house wash. Took 10 hours to come back from North Carolina. Awesome, George. Um, so, oh, you need my keys? What did you forget? Oh, oh shit.
I did that to the bed. So he's on a bed.
So, but these are some things that we got to do. So I was excited to get to meet the guys. I haven't been. This was one of my first trainings, other than in January. I was definitely. We're headed back now, and so I was just thinking of what can I do to help people grow their business. And the biggest takeaway that I'm going to say about my class that a lot of people talked about, and I'm going to talk a little bit about here, is safety. And not just ladder safety, not just roof safety, but I want to talk about, I know I almost did go down. I want to talk a little bit about pressure washing safety. I added about 5 to 8 slides on this, and this was one of the responses I got back. And I want to really kind of push of how much this is important. So, did you know it only takes 100 psi to pierce your skin? And you might think, well, that's not much. You're right. And what happens when it does pierce our skin? Well, this is some things that can happen when we have a high pressure hose blow on us. Maybe when we pull that gun, when we pull that gun, that's 3,000, 4,000 psi right at the gun. And can be some serious stuff. I had one guy pull the gun this way and it went right up through his face. It missed him, but if it was just a half an inch, it would have went right up through there. And then, I know Beth shot her hand right through here and she had to go make sure it didn't get infected. And, you can literally lose your hand. You can literally lose your arm. You can die from getting pressure into your skin and causing very bad issues. So these are some things that we have to make sure that when we are trying to get to our $500 days, that we don't do something stupid and we go to end up in the hospital. And so, these are some things that I really want to make sure that you all understand, that pressure washing is, and you don't think of it as, something that is bad, but it can be very, very bad. Cuts and chemical burns are most common. And yes, and I'm not even gotten on the chemical side of things. Chemical side of things, Mr. Al used to like to put oil in his bleach tank, and then the next thing he knows, he's got this hot lava thing out in his garage. So, we got to make sure that we're being careful. We got to make sure that we know what chemicals we're putting in. We know what we're doing. And I know that it's just the start of the season, and that is why I'm talking about it. Safety is no accident. Take your time. Shortcuts get you hurt. Exactly. And so this is why I'm pushing on this right now is because I know the season's about to start and we get in a hurry. We get everything about, we try to cut corners. We try to do things so that it's, don't take as long, and it always ends up biting us in the tail. And so we really got to make sure that you don't get hurt. Because the last thing I want to see you do is get a 3rd-degree chemical burn, get a high pressure wound, something, cut your toe off with the pressure washer. And yes, you can do that. And so definitely make sure that you're being careful. All it takes is 1 second and it can happen. And it's done too late. In one of my trainings, I was standing about 5-6 feet away, and the guy pulled the trigger and it hit me right in my leg, and it was a straight nozzle, and it left a mark. It didn't hurt me, but it can be very dangerous. And so, yes, the money can be good, but in the end, make sure we're taking our time, make sure we're doing things so that way we can stay safe. And, like I said, it don't matter how much money you make if you get hurt and you can't work. That does you no good. So these are some things that you want to definitely do. I'm a water jet cutter that cuts through 1/2 inch steel, no problem. And just think about that. Water can cut through a 1/2 inch steel. It's a lot. That's a lot. What do you think it's going to do to your skin? It would just zap it right off. So definitely make sure that you're being safe and you're doing things to make sure that you're being safe. So, what do you think can help you grow your business best? What do you, Jason, check your, yeah, I got like 6 or 7 messages. I have been going from 6:30 in the morning to about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then I just pass out in the bed the last 3 nights. So I haven't checked anybody's messages because I don't have time to sit there and I don't think I had any brain power to figure out what people are wanting. So that's why I haven't answered nobody's questions yet. I got a bunch of emails too. So fun tomorrow, huh? Or Tuesday probably. So that's why it wasn't. Weather's starting to break. Hopefully start door knocking soon. Definitely, go check putting them signs out. Go put, go start marketing in the into the your groups and stuff, in your Facebook groups and stuff. Had a surface cleaner tip get clogged and it stopped working at the handle gun, and my loader was feeding back into the wash, not to my tank. Still not know the safest way to fix that. Get you some new tips. But yeah, so definitely get into the Facebook groups and not the pressure washing groups, and start posting in them groups. And not just posting pressure washing. Make sure you're posting different questions, stuff like that. Jason, thanks for always mentioning mindset. Yeah, so definitely for sure, make sure you are staying safe and make sure that you are not doing stupid stuff. So get back. I know I've been flip-flopping around here. Make sure that you are posting in your Google My Business, posting in your LinkedIn, posting in the Google or the Facebook things, writing Google posts, putting your pictures in there, just making sure. And if you haven't gotten your Google My Business, you're going to have to start working on it. And now it's going to take work to get into your Google My Business. It ain't as easy as it used to be. It used to be just and it would send you a verification card, but that isn't the way it is anymore. They've kind of making it a little bit harder about it. I have a meeting with an HOA of the nicest houses in the area tomorrow morning. He called me. Any pointers on what to hear? Yeah, you need them houses cleaned? We can shoot that with some high pressure and we'll clean them bad boys right up. I probably wouldn't say that, Jeremy. Just act professional. Go look professional. I mean, I would be in my, wear some khaki pants and just look professional. That's what you got to do. Common sense is the best training. But the problem of it is, not everybody has common sense. That is the problem. Hey, Jason, about to buy an 8-gallon a minute. The guy at the store says Uter is the best pump out there. What do you think? I don't know. I've had an Uter. I've had the General. They're all pumps. They're all going to go bad eventually. Something is. If you don't take care of them, especially. Ordering belts yet again. Tension is right. And the flywheel are lined up. Threading after a month. Huh. One of them must not be lined up. All it takes is just a fuzz nut off and they'll start doing that. They got to be dead nuts on it. I have a big motor. It needs to be hauled with some decent sized tanks. Would you say I should get a van, truck, or trailer to haul my equipment? I like the flatbed trucks is what I liked. Start studying your body language habits. Working makes a world of difference when talking to customers. You mean you just can't go in there and be like, "What up, dog?" Probably not gonna work very good, is it? Common sense ain't so common. I'm new to the soft wash side of the things. The hardest thing I find is the SH. What is a no-no as far as there is a siding or brick that you can't spray? You can spray anything just about. The biggest thing is with your hardy board or the painted surfaces, you want to make sure that you do test spots because that paint can go foobar on you and it'll turn different colors, and that's not a good thing. That is a very bad thing. $10,000 February, not a bad start. Did you really? That's awesome. I didn't think you could make money down in Florida. I thought there was only $99 guys down in Florida. $500 a day, easy, like 2 jobs. Profit. Do you recommend a CRM? If so, what is your favorite and how much is it a month? I don't recommend any SEO or CRM. It's SEO. Tired. SEO or CRM. There's Service Monster, there's Jobber, there's House Call Pro. If you're looking at House Call Pro or Jobber, there's a link down below. You'll buy me a cup of coffee. You can get 30-day trials on both, or 15-day trial, I think, on both of them, and go check them out. Depending on, there's never going to be the perfect CRM. Where are you at on the insurance for location wise? Thanks, Jason. Yeah, with the odor pump and Honda, it is $4,600 out the door. We are strictly speaking driveway cleanings. How much would you expect? You could do $500 a day with driveway cleaning. That's 2 driveways a day. Florida got a new crop of $99 guys this year. They're probably just the same ones from last year that they just didn't last very long. How can I stand out when every corner in town are full of pressure washing signs? Should I put up signs up to next to theirs? Nope. You can. It's not going to do you no good. Find out where they're not putting them up and go put your signs up. Go to the schools and go to the hardware stores and that kind of stuff. Go check out, do your Facebook stuff. Go do that kind of stuff. Go do your LinkedIn. I about guarantee you, none of those guys are doing LinkedIn. They're just not. What is the best overall footage price for pressure washing residential? 25 cents a foot, 30 cents a foot. Are you talking about house washing, that, all that kind of stuff? I don't know. I have been paying attention to you for some months now. Wish you were out here in Canada, for some mentoring. You're full of good info, buddy. I am real popular here. You made me a celebrity. The cost of fame is high. Shoot. It just makes other people jealous. Hey, Jason, can you recommend an insurance company over the Pacific Northeast? I don't have anybody that I can give you. I don't have anybody that's nationwide that I know. That is something that I just don't have. Joseph Walters used to do it, but they've kind of been canceling people, and so that's not an option anymore. So I don't have anybody that I know. I would probably try to go local and see if you can find an agent. If you go to, well, I did a video with an insurance guy on pressure washing a while ago with Matt Zinzer, and he gives the code that you need to make sure that they use, and take that code and go see if they can match that up for you. What is the best start to get customers? Door to door signs. Signs. I like signs. Yes, I'm talking about residential, meaning houses. What do you think is the best price for a square foot? I mean, you can go price per square foot. I'd start out at $279, $300 for your minimum house up to 1,000 square feet, and then I would go up from there. I'm not a big guy of 25 cents, 30 cents, that crap. I hear you with Donovan this weekend. Haven't seen him post lately. How's his business doing? It's doing good. He's just wore out too, because the last time I did a class down here with him, he was like, man, that's a lot of work, Jason. And so I was like, yeah, that's a lot of work. You know, we both got there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and most nights we'd either left at 8 or 9 o'clock that night after getting to talk to everybody and all that kind of stuff. 4,000 last year in hauling water for people on wells. I'm gonna try to double that. Took Jason's advice and double rates, and they all said yes. It's amazing what happens when we raise our rates, isn't it? Trailer, skid, van, which do you prefer? I would like a skid. The skid wouldn't be bad. Mr. George, worth it. Can't wait to get started. Thanks for the advice and content. Keep it coming. Thanks for the free content. Excited and nervous. But there's nothing to be nervous about. You just go out there and do it. For pricing information, just ask your Google Assistant what is going rate for blah, blah, blah in your area. Your numbers. Jason and guys can get an F-150 size pickup in a standard garage with a ladder rack. Back to the one question, that about being nervous. If you're not nervous, so it goes back to fear, and that's what it really boils down to, is fear. Fear is upcoming training events. pressurewashhelp.com/in-person training. I'm going to put a class on in April in Cincinnati, and my next class is going to be in Fredericksburg, Pennsylvania, and that will be in the end of March. Fear can be good and fear can be bad. A lot of times fear is bad on the part of it knows how to make us think that we can't do stuff, that we can't do this, we can't do that. And fear is not a good at that point. Now, where fear is good is I'm on a roof and I'm about to fall off and I'm scared to death. That's a good fear. The bad fear is I don't know if I can do this. I don't know. Can't get my phone ringing because I did this. I can't, we can come up with 952 problems of why we can't do nothing. And that usually boils down to fear. We're scared to try. We're scared that we're going to fail. We're scared that, I can't do this. Well, let me tell you something. You can do this. It's not rocket science. I know guys that have started older. I know guys that have started younger, and they all have had success. Now, is there anything that they do different than you? Well, let me see here. They get up in the morning and they put their pants on just like you. They put their shirts on just like you. They put their socks on just like you. And they put their shoes on just like you. So, do they do anything different than that? Nope. You do the exact same things. Now, what you might do, and they don't, is you might say, well, I don't know if I can do this, and you get all these negative thoughts in your head, and you go down that route of negativity, and they don't do that. Now, I'm not going to say they don't ever do that. They have learned to overcome those issues. Now, how do we eat an elephant? One bite at a time. We don't try to wolf down an elephant all at once. We have to do it one bite at a time. So you might say, well, I don't have a website. Well, I can show you businesses that have done almost $100,000 and never had a website. You might think, what? You can do that? A website isn't going to make you all this magical money. You can have a great Facebook page. You could do all different kinds of things. A website isn't this thing that's just going to be like poof and all this money is just going to drop. You can drop $10,000 right now on a website. You could drop $10,000 right now on SEO, and it's not going to do nothing. And you're going to be like, how's that, Jason? Well, because it takes time. And if you didn't hire the right people, it's going to even take longer. And so it doesn't matter about that. Now, what does matter is you figuring out what you got to do to get to the next step. All right, so this week, I love how Greg Townsend does it, because you know why? Here's why I'm going to tell you why Greg Townsend is being successful. You know what he did? He put stuff in his Google Calendar. He don't have a CRM. We get tripped up on all these things that we think we got to have. We got to have CRM. We got to have this. We got to have that. Well, Greg don't have a CRM. Is it probably holding him back? Yeah, probably a little bit. But is he keep going? Yep. He puts everything in Google Calendar. He has everything of Mondays, we got to put a Facebook post. Tuesday, we got to do a Google post. Thursday, we're doing this. Friday, we're doing this. And it keeps going all the way through Google Calendar. And what does that do? He's biting off piece by piece. He's making sure that he can do it and it gets done. When we say we can't do it, that means usually we're getting lazy. We don't want to do it. We don't think we can do it. We just might say, well, I just don't understand this marketing stuff. I don't know how to get my phone to ring. Well, figure it out. Figure out what gets your phone ring. You could go put out 100 signs a month and your phone is going to ring. It's going to ring like no other, especially if you're in an area where nobody else is putting signs out. It's going to ring like no other. So this is what we have to do to be able to grow our business, to get it to the next level. This is the time of year we are knocking on spring, right around the corner. I mean, tomorrow is March 1st. By the end of this month, it is going to be on like Donkey Kong. And if you haven't been working your Google My Business and putting those 100 photos in there and doing the things you need to do, then there's only one person that you can cry to, and that's yourself, because you failed yourself. I didn't fail you. You failed yourself. You didn't get your butt off the ground and get it moving, and you just sat there and kept complaining and kept going down the road of, well, I can't do that, I can't do this, I can't do that. And yes, you can. You just got to get your tail off the ground. You know, maybe you did get rejected from Google My Business. Figure out what you got to do to get it. Figure out what you got to go out there and get it going. You can run a business without Google My Business. Is it going to be as easy? No, but can it be done? Yes. You can go out there and network. You can do your LinkedIn, go put, instead of just 25 signs because your Google My Business got shut down, go put out 50 signs a week. That is what you can do to make it happen. You are in charge of you. I can't control you. You control you. If you fail yourself, you failed yourself. I didn't fail you. I'm coming on here twice a week, twice a week live, twice a week on my other videos so that I can help you grow your business. I can help you get to the next level. And that is what I want you to be doing, is helping you get to the next level, being successful. I can't make you, Ray can't make you, Cody can't make you. Only person that can make you successful is you. And how do you do that? You get off your butt. So I had Wes that did $1 million in 2020. You know what his goal is for 2021? To read 60 books. 60 books. I thought my goal of reading 24 books this year was a good goal. 60 books. You know what? The kid wakes up every day at 4 o'clock and gets moving. gets to his office around 5:36 and doesn't leave there till 7. Now, does that sound like that he's just making excuses and things are happening? Hell no. He's taking action. He's doing things to make sure that he can get to the next level. And that's what you got to do too. I don't care if you're just starting out or you're trying to get to $10,000 a month, if you're trying to get to $20,000 a month or $30,000 a month. We have to, in each step is different. You know, to get to the $1,000 a month, we have to do certain things. And then to get to the next thing, we got to figure out ways that we can scale things so we can keep them going and growing. It isn't just going to, you know, sit down on our chair here and think that it's going to happen. I know that we watch people and they don't always look like they're doing something, but most of the guys on here that have been successful have worked a lot of hours and pushed and keep it going. You know, once you get to that point of that, you know, getting to them higher numbers and you're figuring out AdWords and you can kind of start, because again, how have I always said there's two ways to get customers. Two ways to get customer. One way to get a customer is taking time. Sitting down on your computer, learning it, figuring it out, taking the time. The number 2 way to get customers is open your wallet. That's the 2 ways you get it. That is the only way you're going to get business. And so if you have lots of time and no money, then I don't want to hear, well, I can't get business because whatever. Well, have you been sitting your butt at a computer figuring out what you need to do, making videos, making blog posts, doing LinkedIn posts, liking people's stuff on LinkedIn, liking stuff, going into Facebook groups, posting in, not in the pressure washing groups either, but in all the other groups? That is what you got to do. Now, if you have money, then you can pay somebody to do blog posts and Google ads and Facebook ads and all of those things that go along with it. So if you ain't got money and you got time, guess what? And if you don't have money and you don't have time, then you have a dream is what you have. And the dream isn't going to do you no good. We can dream all we want, but that's not going to make our business successful. If we don't take our dream and put a goal to it and put a plan of action, it's just a dream. It's just a wet dream at the end of the day. And so, you know, those wet dreams, you know, I can't help you. Nobody out there is going to help you if you just got a wet dream. You're probably just going to wet the bed. But, you know, what I can help you is if you've set goals, and I can help you hit your goals. I can give you ideas to hit your goals. I can give you things that may help you get to where you need to go. And so that is what I want to make sure. I know I went down this rant here, but we have to be proactive. We can't be reactive of sitting down in our chair and be like, oh, you know, that kind of stuff. And so definitely what you need to do is get off the couch and get working. And if you don't have a job and you're laid off and you don't want to be a lazy bum and do that, take this as a serious job. If you go out there looking for work and start flipping rocks and you do that 8 hours a day, you're going to find it. I guarantee you will find it. And if you don't have money for signs and stuff like that, and you do some smaller jobs so that you can get money for signs, put it back in the business and keep flipping it over and over. And when you keep flipping them rocks, they get bigger and bigger. And that is what we got to do to be successful. That is what we got to do to get to the next level. If we don't do that, it's not going to do us no good. I love you when you get fired up because you are passionate. Jason, you need to show us how to get LinkedIn going. Go to pressurewashhelp.com/free and you can get 30 days free. And in there, I show you how to do the LinkedIn. Jason, I started with 300 flyers. It's like the old school weed game, Hampshire flip, reinvest. Yep. Do as you say and as you do. Stay consistent. Eventually the phone will ring. Doing nothing gives you nothing. Go, y'all check out Jason's TikTok. Yeah, that's my daughter doing it. So I'm trying to get her motivated to make money so that way she can make money because she loves to make money. What's a realistic budget to start a pressure washing, soft washing business? 4,000, 8,000. I have a truck but no relative tools. I mean, you can start it with $500. Get a pressure washer and get signs. Don't spend. My biggest thing is don't spend a bunch of money on. Don't spend a bunch of money on equipment and you won't spend it on marketing. Marketing is what's going to grow your business. Marketing is what's going to get you to the next level. Marketing is going to get you more jobs. That's why when we do our pressure washing, we do marketing, because we have to keep marketing to get to the next job. Don't go into crippling debt. Amen. 100% amen. Why do, oh, I don't know, because, I don't know, I don't talk to him. I don't screw people. I'm going to be aiming at $1,000 a day when I start in the summer. Awesome. Don't go into crippling debt. Being honest with myself, I'm on the fence about getting SEO. What do you think? I have good success with yard signs and word of mouth. Here's the deal with SEO. You can spend a lot of money on SEO, a lot of money, and and I'm going to tell you what they're going to tell you. It's going to take 6 to 12 months to make sure that it's good, that it's working. Well, if you spend how much ever, and you do it for 6 to 12 months and it doesn't work, you're just screwed. So make sure you're using a reputable company, that you got proof, not just one thing, but several different sites that they have ranked. That is what I'm going to say about that. And make sure that you don't have to do a bunch of work when you're doing it, because that's why you're paying them to do SEO. Just ordered 100 signs from using marketing. My 8-gallon has only gotten me one phone call. I got signs just waiting for the snow to melt. Love this. Listen, go to local college and pay some kid. Yeah, somebody that's trying to learn it. No matter what you do, you are a sales company. First and foremost, nothing happens in the world until something is sold. Which tip degree should I use to wash the SH and surfactant off of the vinyl siding? I use the 0540 or 0560 if you got an 8-gallon a minute. Hi, Jason. I bought a 5-gallon a minute pressure washer with a Honda and a cat pump. I really like it. It's a great machine to start for me. Awesome. Then they tell you didn't spend enough. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Ray, about on SEO. SEO is snake oil heaven, man. You want to talk about snake oil? Go look at SEO companies. There's very few SEO companies out there that aren't snake oil. My boys are just starting in I'm assuming Northern Kentucky. Got the truck, trailer, IBC tote. Would you say a 5.5, 2,500 or 8-gallon to start the things, reading different things? If you got the money to do the 8-gallon 3,500, but if you don't, the 5.5, you can take that extra $1,000 and put it into marketing, and I would recommend you to do that. Thanks for all the marketing ideas. You used to wash in Cincinnati. I'm about an hour from there. Yeah, Trey, I live just outside of Cincinnati. I live by the Cincinnati airport. What's been your biggest mistake to date? Because it's good to learn from mistakes. SEO. I probably spent $5,000 or $6,000 on SEO. That was the SEO snake oil. That's what made me decide to start learning about marketing and really push the marketing and figure out the marketing myself. Do you have success with reaching out to realtors? No, realtors are for realtors. Bringing into fruitation. What's the good book? Tell us just to do it. Do you ride along looking at homes all day thinking of what you're going to say? No, SEO isn't that in your course. If not, I guess I'm getting up there by luck. A lot of your local your Google My Business is a lot of, will start ranking you a lot. Google My Business, and that's why I tell you to push the Google My Business. It doesn't just help you to get on maps, it does help you to rank your page. I'm from Rushville, small town if you are familiar. Rushville. I don't know where that's at exactly. SEO is easy. What would you type in? Do you have success reaching out to house flippers now? What do you have to worry about negative SEO? Yes, you do have to worry about negative SEO. Negative SEO can hurt you bad. If you try to do black hat stuff, so you have black hat and white hat, and you have gray hat. If you do black hat and Google catches you, you are done. And a lot of these SEO companies will do gray to black hat, and you can be done. And it don't matter what you do. Once you get flagged, you are screwed. You will not be good at that point. It can be very bad at that point. It's all new to me. I've been cleaning windows for 16 years. Figured good business to add. Yep. What is black hat? So things that are black hat. So I'm going to tell you some kind of older things that are black hat, and then on the newer side, it's kind of so some things that are black hat. So back in the day, it was if you had all these links coming to your website, you would start ranking. You would just rank. So what you could do is you could go on Fiverr and buy 5,000 things, and you would start ranking because you had all these links. Well, Google, anytime you can manipulate Google, that is black hat basically. If you're manipulating Google, that is black hat. So what they did is they had the Panda Bear, one of the Panda Bear updates, or one of those, and if you did that, bought all those backlinks, it got kicked you off. Another one was if you had all your keywords. So if you had pressure washing, and what they would do is anywhere it was white, they would have pressure washing all white all over that page. And so in the beginning, you would rank if you had pressure washing, talking about pressure washing. Well, another one of their bird updates, they knocked all that out. If sometimes we can put the geotag on we can put the keyword stuffing. If we put pressure washing, well, that's kind of that whole putting it so many times on there on a website with keyword stuffing. Whether you're writing it in or you had it on the back side of it, and that's what's called keyword stuffing. That is black hat. So when we're writing articles, we want to write articles that sound just like a normal article. And we don't need to put pressure washing in there 15 times. We can put it in there 1 or 2 times, and Google will know that it's about pressure washing. And so these are some things that we got to do to help us rank our site. What is some other black hat stuff? Buying links, keyword stuffing. There's all kinds of stuff. The one that, they used to make a thing where if you geotag your photos, it would help you out. But guess what? If you can manipulate it. And when you if you can manipulate anything, Google don't like that. And so, because what happens is if you can manipulate it, you can manipulate it a lot, and that is the problem. Multiple GMB listings can be a black hat. Yes, 100%. Don't change your name with keywords if you want a GMB. So them are some things that are black hat. Google's platform, Google rules. Follow Google rules, or they will make some update and you will be done. And like I say, you will be done. So, but anyway, guys, I am going to bed because I have been working my butt off. Exactly, Jason. If you're giving a speech, you would say pressure washing over and over and over again. What is a good base price advertisement? So anyway, if you want to go check out some of the stuff that I teach on Google My Business, which is SEO, stuff like that, go check out pressurewashhelp.com/free. If you want to check out anything with my trainings coming up, go check out pressurewashhelp.com/in-person training. I'm going to have one in March, one in April. If you would like to ride along, if you would like for me to come and do a ride along, I love doing ride alongs. It's a lot of fun for me. I get some videos out of it. I do help you a little bit. Definitely go to, I think it's pressurewashhelp.com/ride along. And fill that sheet out, and that way I can do a ride along with you, and it is a lot of fun. And you will learn something. I'm sure I learned something, and we all have fun. It is a lot of fun. So hope you all have a great night, and I'll be back on Thursday night, and I'll see you then.